Hello friends, again welcome to my channel. Now today we are focusing on the entry of viruses, means how these viral particles these are get entry inside the host cells. As the viruses these are the obligate intracellular parasites, so they must require the living host cells for their growth. Now these host cells, that is the living host cells, these are responsible for providing the energy and the machinery, say that is the cellular machinery for the synthesis of viral proteins and the viral nucleic acid, and for that purpose they are requiring these living host cells. Now commonly these viral cells or the viruses these are responsible for developing these different diseases through their replication mode, and there are the different stages which are involved within the viral multiplication which result within the development of disease. These different stages these are including the adsorption, entry, uncoating, transcription, then the synthesis of viral component, that is the translation, then the assembly formation and the release of these progeny virions. These are the 7 important stages in which this viral multiplication it is carried out within the living host cells. Now here the diagrammatic representation of these different stages for the replication of viruses or for the virus multiplication, that is the viral attachment, then there is the process of penetration, then the uncoating, that is the release of viral nucleic acid. After the release of viral nucleic acid there is the genome replication, then there is the transcription process to synthesize the viral structural protein or late proteins, then there is the assembly formation, that is transfer of the viral genome, synthesized viral genome into the empty capsids. All progeny virions these are get synthesized, and last there is the release of these progeny virions from the host cell. All of these are the stages of the viral multiplication. Now as we are focusing on the entry of these viruses within the host cell, the most important point it is the how there is the architecture of the cell surfaces, that is the architecture of host cell surfaces. Normally all of the cells these are consist of the 3 parts, that is the cell membrane, nucleus and the cytoplasm. The cell surface it is the main locus for many important biological functions through which the cells these are interact with the external environment. Now the cell wall it is the outermost layer which is present within the plant and animal cells. Within the plant and prokaryotes, within the animal cells the plasma membrane it is the outermost layer, because within that there is the absence of cell wall. Now the eukaryotic cells these are also containing the different organelles within the cytoplasms which are containing their own internal membranes, and these are responsible for forming the specific compartments. Now mostly in case of the entry of viruses there is the role of cell surface proteins which are embedded within the cell membranes, and majorly these are responsible for interaction of these cells with the external environment or with the viruses. Again there is the array of fibrous proteins which are called as the cytoskeleton. It is also present within the cytosol of the eukaryotic cells, that is the microtubules, microfilaments, these are then the intermediate filaments these are present, or there is the web of these all of elements these are present within the cytoskeleton, through which there is the movement of all of the particles within the cytosol of the eukaryotic cells. Now the next point it is the how the viruses these are interact with the cell surface receptor. Now the first initial step within the viral multiplication it is the attachment or the adsorption, and this adsorption of viral particles on the host cell surfaces it is carried out through the receptors which are present on the host cell and the viral receptors. Means as the viruses these are host cell specific, this specificity it is due to the receptor interaction. Means all of these viruses these are having the binding site on the host cell for these viruses, and through which they are responsible for recognizing their respective host cells. Because as we know that the hepatitis viruses these are grow only within the hepatocytic cells, that is the hepatocytic cells which are present within the liver. Then the all of the enteric bacteria, these are multiply within the enteric tract, means then the HIV virus, these are multiply within the CD4 positive cells, that is the T helper cells, means these are their respective host cells, because these host cells, these are carrying the receptor for the attachment of these viruses. For that purpose they are multiply within that cells only. Now the first cell surface molecule which is responsible for interacting with the virus, it is considered to be the receptor. But some of the viruses, these are requiring the help of another molecule for the entry within the host cells, and this second molecule which is helpful for the viruses to get entry inside the host cell, it is considered to be the co-receptors. The human immunodeficiency virus, that is the HIV, binds to the cells via CD4 molecule, and this initial interaction, again it is not sufficient for the entry. These are again requiring the another co-receptor molecule, and then only these are get entered inside the host cell. The initial interaction between the virions with the cells, probably it is electrostatic forces which are having the reversible interaction, means it is not permanent one, it can reverse. The subsequent high affinity binding relies on the hydrophobic interaction, means when firstly they are their interaction, it is electrostatic, which is having the reversible effect, means it is not permanent, but after time, majorly whenever they are recognizing this properly, then it become permanent and they become hydrophobic interaction. Now due to the presence of multiple receptor site, the avidity of virus binding to the cells, it is very high. Now the first cell receptor which is to be recognized in case of these viruses, it is the sialic acid, which is the receptor for the influenza virus, and these are identified with the help of neuraminidase enzymes, which is responsible for removing the carbohydrate from the cells and blocks the virus attachment, means if there is the alteration, then there is no attachment of these viruses with the host cell surfaces. Now the adenovirus, these are made up of the hexons and two proteins at the 5-fold vertices, that is the penton base and the fiber, and it binds with the two receptors, means again here there is the involvement of two receptors, that is the CAR receptor and an integrin protein. Both are acts as an receptors for the purpose of entry of this adenovirus, means in that case the integrin protein, these may be considered to be the co-receptors, first because the first receptor, it is the CAR receptors on the host cells. Now the adenovirus and the Coxsackie virus B3 have the common primary receptors, means two different virus, they may be possess the common primary receptor. Then the swine herpes virus, pseudorabies virus binds with the same receptor as the human polio virus. Along this, majorly the viruses of the same, means as the viruses, that is the adenovirus, Coxsackie virus, these are from the different families, but these are having the same type of the primary receptors. But there may be, it can be observed that if the viruses, these are of the same family, but these are having the different primary receptors, that is the rhinovirus and retroviruses, these are having the different types of the primary receptor. Now the mechanism for the viral entry inside the host cells. Now in most of the cases, this entry, it is carried out through the receptor mediated endocytosis. Now the endosome, it is an vesicle which is formed by the part of plasma membrane pinching off into the cytoplasm, that is the process, it is endocytosis, that is the engulfment of viral particles. It is considered to be the endocytosis, and this process, it is carried out with the help of cell surface proteins. Now there are the numerous type of the endocytic mechanism, including the clathrin mediated endocytosis, caveolin mediated endocytosis, that is the example, it is the simian virus 40, that is the SV40, which are endocytosed by the caveolin coated regions of the plasma membrane. Then the clathrin mediated endocytosis, which is regulated process for the viral entry. These clathrin coated pits, these are pre-existing pit, means these are already present on the host cell surfaces. Whenever the viruses, these are attaches with the receptors, then through the clathrin mediated endocytosis, there is the entry of that viruses. Means once these are not the pre-existing pits, that is caveolin, these are the pre-existing, but these clathrin mediated pits, these are not pre-existing, but these are get formed on the surfaces of the cells whenever there is the attachment of the viral particles with the host cell receptor, and this interaction, receptor interaction, it is responsible for enhancing the synthesis of these pits. The influenza virus and the retrovirus particles, these are entered within the cell through the clathrin mediated endocytosis or clathrin coated pits. After binding of virus with the cell surface receptor, clathrin coated pits, these are invaginates and pinches off to form the clathrin coated vesicle with the viral receptor complex, and then immediately there is the clathrin coat, it is get lost, and the vesicle, it fuses with the small smooth walled vesicle near the cell surface, which is called as the endosome. Means it is get develops, these pits, these are get developed only for the entry of the viral particle. Now majorly these endosomes, these are helpful for the uncoating of the viral particles. Now the early endosome, it is gently acidic. The pH of this early endosome, it is 6.5 to 6. The contents of endosomes then transported through the endosomal carrier vesicles to the late endosomes, which is located close to the nucleus. Means for those of the viruses, that is the DNA containing viruses which are replicate within the nucleus of the host cells, these are transported towards the nucleus. Those which are the RNA viruses which replicates within the cytoplasm, they must be uncoated within the cytoplasm and released within the cytoplasm. Further, an endosome, they are fuses with the lysosomes, again which is helpful for the uncoating process, because lysosomes, these are containing the various types of the hydrolytic enzymes. Again there is the dropping within the pH of this late endosome, that is pH, it is 4.8 to 5. The pH may be additionally lowered by the process that pumps the hydrogen ions across the membrane, and majorly it is an ATP dependent process. In case of the ecovirus or the rotavirus, the endocytosis, it is dynamine dependent. As we are considering about the clathrin coated endocytosis, then the caveolin mediated endocytosis, here it is the another type, that is the dynamine dependent dependent entry of these viruses, that is the ecovirus and the rotavirus. These are the non-caveolar raft mediated endocytosis which is observed within the infectious which are caused by the SV40 or the simian virus, that is the SV40 virus. Then the caveolin are the flask-shaped pits. Caveolins, these are the flask-shaped pits which are 50 to 70 nanometer in diameter, and the caveolin, it is the marker protein of these pits. After binding of virus with the caveoli, a signal transduction, it is carried out by the tyrosine phosphorylation, which is required for the pinching off of the vesicle. Then it fuses with the caveosome, which is the largest membranous organelle with the caveolin. Some viruses, these are penetrate the cytoplasm from caveosome, that is the ecovirus, and some are sorted to the endoplasmic reticulum, that is the SV40 virus. Now all of these are considered to be the receptor mediated endocytosis, because through the receptor, then these are get, means whenever there is the receptor interaction, then and then only there is the endocytosis process. For that purpose, this mechanism, it is considered to be the receptor mediated endocytosis. Then how there is the entry of non-enveloped viruses. Now these non-enveloped viruses, these are nothing but the naked viruses which are deliver their genome into the host cells through a pore which is formed in the plasma membrane. But for the most naked viruses, there is the irreversible attachment of the virion to the cell surface which leads to the endocytosis. The canyons and the loops on the viral surfaces can bind with the host cell receptor. Example, it is the poliovirus, which are having the deep canyons surrounding the 12 5-fold axis of symmetry, which are binding with the cell surface receptor, that is the CD155. The amino acid linings The canions are conserved and are the means of host cell specificity of viruses. Then the adenoviruses, these are having the icosahedral capsid, which are made up of the 10 proteins and possess the fibers which are protruding from each pentamers for the virus attachment and the uptake. Here it is the diagrammatic representation of different endocytosis processes, that is the clathrin mediated, caveolin independent, caveolin dependent transfer of these viruses, then clathrin coated endocytosis, dynamin mediated endocytosis. All of these are the different mechanism for the entry of viruses. Now in case of the enveloped viruses, the glycoproteins of these viruses, these are bind with the host cell receptors. The lipid membranes of the viruses, these are originated through the host cell during the virion assembly. Now the membrane which spanning the domains of specific viral proteins, these are analogous to that of the cellular integral membrane proteins. And these viral proteins, these are acts as a ligands for the viral cellular receptors. Means these are responsible for interacting with the host cell receptors. There are the two processes whereby the infection of the cell may occur. Either the fusion of the virion envelope with the plasma membrane, or the endocytosis, which is followed by the fusion of the virion envelope with the endosome membrane. Means either the fusion it is carried out at the plasma membrane, or it may be with the endosomal membrane. Now both of these processes, these are involving the fusion of the virion envelope with the cell membrane, either the plasma or the vesicle membrane. The influenza virus hemagglutinin, it is the viral glycoprotein that binds with the host cell receptor, that is the sialic acid, and then there is the membrane fusion process. And this membrane fusion process, it is the endosomal membrane fusion. During membrane fusion, firstly the two membranes, that is the viral membrane and the either the cell membrane or the endosomal membrane, these are come to close proximity through the interaction of their integral membrane proteins. This fusion of the outer leaflet of two opposing bilayers, these are responsible for inducing the fusion of inner leaflet. Means again the inner proteins, these are get interacts and there is the formation of fusion pore. And this formation of fusion pore, it is responsible for stimulating the conformational changes within the fusion proteins which are occurred as a result of viral binding to the receptor, or they may be induced by the low pH of the endosome whenever there is the fusion of viral membrane with the endosomal membrane. The fusion sequence, these are get exposed through the conformational changes within the fusion protein, and once the fusion sequence it is exposed, it can insert into the target membrane, that is there is the fusion of these two membranes. A further conformational change in the fusion protein pulls the two membranes together and mediates their fusion. This process involves a release of energy from the fusion protein which irreversibly change the shape. Then the infection could occur either by the fusion at the plasma membrane or with the endosomal membrane. If, however, the exposure to the low pH it is required to expose the fusion sequence, then the endocytosis it is the only option for lowering the pH. Therefore, there are the two categories of the membrane fusion involving the pH independent fusion, that is in case of the herpes virus, and the HIV acid triggered fusion. Herpes virus and HIV virus, there is the pH independent fusion, and in the acid triggered fusion there is the involvement of influenza virus and the rhabdoviruses. So it is the in short information about how there is the entry of these viruses within the host cells, that is the receptor mediated endocytosis of these viruses inside the cells, which is an initial step for the purpose of developing the disease within the host cells. It is the first initial step within the viral multiplication. So if you like this video, please subscribe my channel and also share this video with your friends. Thank you.